Hey folks, Hammy here. Look at what I'm doing. Dutch oven. I got a big moose roast in it. Not sure if the roast is any good. It's been in the freezer for a long time. I cleaned out the smaller freezer under the refrigerator one and found it way in the back. Had some snow in the bag, if you will. A little bit of ice and stuff. So I wasn't sure if it was going to be any good. It smelled okay when I thawed it out, but not sure if it's going to taste freezer burnt or if it was going to stink freezer burn. You know, if you've ever cooked something that's freezer burnt and it has a particular odor, and that's not really something that I want to, be permeating the house all day. So I decided to cook it out here. It's sun's already set, but I've got big piece of tin here, big piece of tin here, and the live trap right there just to hold all this up, just because it was a little bit breezy. We're expecting a thunderstorm tonight. But if you look over there, look at that. My big pile of wood that was there is gone. And I got some dirt piled up, and it's going to get leveled out a little bit more. They brought the tractor in for me, and I got all that wood pushed into the woods. And that way it's closer, to camp. Right? One camp. I got a couple now. So it's been a while since I filmed. And then all down there, there's another, that's going to be like another parking pad in the winter time, or, for the plow, so that the plow can push the snow up that way, which is really cool. So, I mean, you can see there's no danger of, starting any kind of fire with a stray spark. Look, all right. So I'm being careful. And then when you go this way, well, the grass, you can see the path right there. That's the old bunny cage. It actually, I bought it from another neighbor. He put it together. That's the one that's on the wheels, so that you can put a bunny in it and move it around the lawn, and they can eat the grass. Or you can put like the new chicks in it and run it along the grass, and just give them fresh stuff. But the grass is pretty long, and there's my crazy clothesline, and it's wet. Trust me, it's wet. I walked through there. Look at that. That's a pumpkin plant way over there in the manure pile. I threw some compost out and had some old pumpkin seeds in it, and it's growing like crazy. All right, so yeah, definitely need to cut the grass. But as you can see, yeah, that's my backyard. She's pretty overgrown right now, but that's because we've been busy doing other things. I can't really get a shot of it from here, but the big fifth wheel camper now has that huge dump truck tarp on it. So that's cool. So that's going to be ready for winter. And I'm going to take another one of those little canvas tents. They're not little. I don't know. You can park a car in them. That's what they're meant for. They're those yellow ones with the heavy steel frames, so that once you put the canvas on it, like, you can actually park a car. I don't know if you could park a car in that one. It'd have to be a small car. But the tarp on that one's ripping, so what I'm going to do is slide the whole frame with the original tarp still on it. Why not, right? Add a little extra protection. I'm going to slide that up against the trailer door, and then let that big dump truck tarp from the roof of the fifth wheel trailer drape down and over it, kind of give it like a little porch area, just so that in the wintertime I can get in and out of the door instead of trying to wiggle underneath, a 500-pound tarp, try to get the door open without catching on stuff. So, but yeah, we got that up. Mr. Moon got me another one of those big yellow tents that you could park a car. Actually, you could park a pickup truck in it. It's so big. He got it, I think, at Canadian Tire for like $300. And instead of me tearing those big round bales, those 1,000-pound bales, apart and trying to figure out a place to put them, we just set the tarp up over the bales. We moved the bales with the tractor up onto some skids, keep them off the ground, and then he set the tent up around it. And it's just wonderful. I will show you that tomorrow. So I don't have to work at trying to figure out where I'm going to put an additional 3,000 pounds of hay. The goat's never going to eat that, okay? But that's just, I figured, you know what, for the price that we got it, if she can have it for bedding, she can eat it, the chickens can eat it, they can have it for their bedding. Like, I mean, I'm set, right? As long as it stays dry. As long as it's dry, it won't go moldy or anything. So I just figured, okay. Because it took me about 4 days to get the majority of that first 1,000-pound round into that wooden hay shed. And I'll tell you, she's almost full. So there was no way I was going to get the other one in, right? Like, there's no way I'd get 2 in there, just only 1. Now, last time I did, when it says my video, it says the heyday, the last bales, those big rounds, they were only 700-pound rounds. And I ended up cleaning out the barn and putting like an excess amount in the barn. And then I put them in the new chicken coop as it was being built, to keep the hay protected, as well as in the hay barn. And that took just about everything I had to push it in the corners and flatten it down. And just that's total would be 1,400 pounds. All right. Well, this year I have 4,000 pounds. So I'm pretty sure it's not going to fit. All right. If you saw my video, it's like, it's not going to fit, Mom. No, it's not going to fit. So we have the new tent. It's up. It only has 1 entrance, but I love the way that he set it up. He set the entrance up closer to the barn. Now, if I need to get more hay, I think the only way to get that hay back in there is probably just to pull the tent up and out of the way and put the hay down on the skids again, and then set the tent back on top and then screw it back down to the floor, because we're going to put a floor in it. Or just, maybe go with square bales if we can get square bales, and then just undo the back of the tent and you can walk right in it. So I don't know, but I'm pretty happy about it. But anyways, back to dinner. This is a moose roast. So if it turns out that the moose roast is okay, of course I will taste test it, after it's cooked, right? Make sure it tastes okay and doesn't have that freezer burn taste. Then I will probably eat it. You know me. They don't call me hammy because I eat chicken and lean meats, right? I'll eat moose steak. I'll eat moose roast. I will eat moose sausage. I will eat moose venison. I mean, bear. You name it. I'll eat it, right? I'm not scared of different meats. But if it turns out that it's not, palatable to my taste, if you will, if it does have that little bit of freezer burn taste, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut it up into chunks, run it through the food processor, and feed it to my chickens all winter long, because they will like that. That's extra protein. That's really good for them. Chickens like meat. Don't let anybody tell you that, oh, they just like fruit and vegetables and great. No, they like meat. They like protein. Protein is good for them. That's why sometimes your chicken will turn around and eat an egg after somebody else laid it, or they eat their own because they're craving protein. So if your chickens start eating their own eggs, start giving them protein. Even wet cat food works pretty good too. Not a lot of it, because that'll give them scoots. But yeah, so if it's, no good, then I'll just grind it all up. We have a raven that comes to see us every day. And she comes, her name is Hope, and she's our pet raven. And we let her stay wild. She's never been caged, nothing like that. She's always been free. But she knows where to come for dinner on the hard times. She comes home every day. And then she goes up into the tree, just you can't see her nest from here. But you go through those trees, and I don't know, about maybe an acre over. And that's where she likes to roost up, and that's where she nests up. So yeah, so she'll enjoy it. And we've got more stray cats again. I don't know what's going on. People are dropping them off, and they're breeding all summer, so I'm not adopting anymore. But with the hard weather coming, and if I see them in the driveway, I will feed them. I've been trying to catch some, but they're not stupid, right? So, and I mean, I catch them, I take them to the pound, and the pound now we even tried calling animal control to come set traps, and they won't. They won't even set traps anymore because there's so many. There's a house down, I don't know, a couple roads down, and their cats, they must have 50 cats, and they don't have them fixed or anything, and everybody's constantly complaining about these cats just running around. And so when people like me want to catch them and, like take them into the Humane Society, they won't take them. There's so many, there's no room, right? And I prefer to take them to a no-kill shelter, but unfortunately, that's not a possibility. So that's why Hammy keeps adopting them. I've got 5 cats already. Come on now. right? it's, it's a little too many. So anyways, if the roast doesn't work out, at least some of the cats will be eating good. I think there's a mama. I saw her yesterday. She comes slinking right in, just right on, like right low, and very, very cautious and all that. But she grabbed some scrambled egg that I had out, and she ate that. But the scrambled egg had cheese in it, so it was like a big chunk. And she took that, and when she turned and ran, she had the sway belly, and I could see her boobies. So makes me think that somewhere out in my woods now is some more kittens. So of course I'm gonna go look for them, right? But anyways, I'll let you know how this turns out. I'll get a picture of it before I cut it all up, because whether I eat it, if it's good, it'll get cut up. And if I don't eat it and I'm giving it to the animals, it'll get cut up. So I'll show you what it looks like if I don't burn it. If I burn it, you'll see it in chunks, okay? I won't be cutting it up. It'll just be chunks, right? And then thrown in the food processor. All right, well, that's all I got for you today. So I hope you have a beautiful evening, and y'all take care and, stay dry. We got some storms coming. There's our clouds tonight. Yep, calling for a thunderstorm tonight. But I mean, the rest of the sky's still pretty blue. But we shall see what happens. Okay, folks, sorry about that. It's the next day. This was the big tent I was telling you about. Look at how big this thing is. Chickens are all worked up, and there's my baby. Hi, baby. And we got all the tarps and her laundry all hanging out. You have to come down here with me. And as you can see, it did get a little bit wet. So we got a little bit of green, but there are 3 huge rounds. I'll probably just leave this open now. But as you can see, there is so much room in here. I am so happy because now I don't have to tear this all apart. This last bale here, the one we're looking at, it definitely got some moisture on it. So I'll probably have to pull a lot of that off. But I just wanted you to see how big this tent is. So yeah, Hammy doesn't have to play around with trying to pull this all apart to get it in this little shed over here. I had to put the skid there because Angelina keeps pushing the fence over trying to chew on the tent. Say hi, baby. Shit, we're fat. But yeah, everybody's all worked up today. So that's what we got going on so far. Now I'll take you around, and we're gonna go look at the camper with the great big dump truck tarp that's on it. It's okay, baby. It's just Mama. All right, I'll be right back. Okay, well, you can see it's starting to slide a little bit. They're going to have to get the tractor to pull it over. But there's the swing. And there's that huge tarp. Now, the door, oh, there goes Chippy. The door, obviously there's the mat, and that's the door right under there. But what I'm going to do is take another one of those old beat up tents that I have that look like the hay tent. And I'm going to put it right across here to here and create like a little porch area. And then we're just going to lift that tarp up and drape it over. So yeah, it's going to be dark in there, but it covers the whole thing. So now I'm not going to have any leaks on it. It needs to get rained on because it was sitting on the ground. But right now I have to come in along there and try to, because I can't lift it up and over my head. This thing is heavy. And then this poor old swing, I think I'm just going to get rid of the swing. It's been sitting here too long. Mama don't sit in it, obviously. Alright. But still got some storage underneath. So that's going to work out. And then we're just going to tie it off to that post there on the other side. And hey, I got a canoe for sale. Anybody want to buy a canoe? And of course, I still have all my firewood. Yeah, the fellas are getting to the other pile. They're starting to move it into the neighbor's place, down to the neighbor's place. But with the poles there, at least that I can tie that off. And that'll give me a little bit of light if I need it. And it'll tie it, like hold it down throughout the winter. So yeah, it covers the whole thing. Damn, that's a lot of wood. Oh, well, the shoulder's feeling better today, so looks like I might end up having to go to work after all. But yeah, so I wanted to show that to you. Alright, well, thanks for watching, and keep your moonshine on, and that would be why I haven't been around. Got lots of stuff to do. Alright, y'all take care now. Bye. Oh, I should probably fix this. This is where I had my fire last night. Tin fell over. But, yeah, the meat turned out fine. There's nothing wrong with it. I tasted it. It tastes okay. It smells okay. So, apparently, it did not get freezer burnt. But we're going to have another fire here later. And, yeah, just start burning up some garbage today, I think. Alright, well, that's all I got for you. Thanks so much for watching. If you're new to the channel, welcome. Some days it's interesting. Some days it's not. All depends on what you want to watch, or if you just need something just to pass the time, you can come hang out with me. I don't have a problem with that. And that's where we moved all that wood. You can see that green tarp in the background there. That's another part of camp. And our original plan that we're going to try and stick to is right through those trees. In the back is we were thinking about putting a little barn back there. And with the chicken coop and things like that. And that'll give Angelina all this whole hillside where she can just do what she wants up there. You know what I mean? She'll have lots of room. So I think it's going to be cool. And then that way it's not all just jammed over at the back there, you know, so. Because that shed's kind of small, so we'd like to give her a bigger area. Definitely. Okay, now for real, that's all I got for you today. So I best get going because I got stuff to do. All right, y'all have a beautiful day. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye.